Astroneer review. I say updated because the last time I dropped my review of Astroneer, we were at version 6.2. A lot has changed since that version. We are now on version 7, and from my quick calculations and a quick look across the board, I personally have dropped 4 update videos of all the little updates that have changed. So my newest review is going to be on this Astroneer, this version 7. We're still in the alpha stage, but we have had a lot more stuff. So what's changed? Off the top of my head, one big one for definite is the rovers. We've had changes to the rovers. We've had another rover added to the game. We've also had a lot more content in terms of buildings and little bits like the splitters, the what else we had? The extenders, which enable us to build our power links a long way. And I've got to say, these new changes to the game I'm actually enjoying. They've enhanced the game a little bit more. If you remember, I wasn't enjoying it at one point because of the changes that they made to the rovers, which made the rovers nigh on impossible to drive and do all the stuff that you needed to do with it. But they have made some tweaks to them. They have changed the rovers now. They are now drivable, which is always a good thing, which means that we can go bombing around on our rovers, not have to worry about too much. However, they have tweaked the batteries, which I mean, it's not everybody's cup of tea. You now have to take a lot more batteries with you because the onboard batteries aren't as good as what they used to be. But that's not a big issue, really. It's really not a big problem. What I will say is I do enjoy Astroneer now, more than what I used to before, because like I say before, it was a bit of a struggle in some points when they changed stuff. But I will say that it still lacks that content, especially if you're a single player. If you have your buddies with you, I guess you guys can have a lot more fun. You can build stuff, you can do stuff together, you can just wind each other up. But as a solo player, there's still quite limited things for me to do, unless you've got a really mad creative mind, and then obviously you can use all of your worldly possessions and abilities to build things that you want to build. Which will bring me on to my next part, I guess, is you have these attachments for your terraform. This one, for instance, the alignment mod. What this does is it lets me build straight walls and flat surfaces. Oh well, it would do. So it lets me build straight walls and flat surfaces anyway. I'll just grab it and put it on the gun. Which means if I do this, this is going to be dead flat. It will be 100% flat. That's always great. It's great for building, you know, obviously real flat surfaces. However, if I want to build a flat surface from the underneath, if that makes sense. So if I want to build a roof, but I want to put lights on it, I cannot use that attachment. I cannot use that mod. It doesn't let me build a flat underneath. Number 2, it lets you build walls. So I look a bit further out and do this, builds a wall. That is perfectly flat straight up. As you can see, perfectly straight. Perfectly straight, perfectly flat. However, again, I can't flatten it from this side. Well, I can, if that makes sense, but it doesn't thin it out. See if I can show you what I was on about with the ceiling. If I eat in here, pull this out here. So say I want to flatten this underneath here. Put the mod back on the gun. Get me some air. So, as with the floor, I will just do this, I'll run it over, boom, and it'll flatten. So all I'm going to do is exactly the same thing. So I'm going to get underneath it, look up, get on the underneath, and no, it builds a flat wall. It doesn't work like it would do, if that makes sense, if you wanted it to. So if they could tweak that so it was a little bit easier, same with like building the walls, look, they kind of pick and choose when they want to be built. Whoop. If they could just tweak that so it's a little bit more predictable and a little bit more usable, I'd be happy. One other thing to note also as well with this current mod attached, if I was to stand here and spin around in a circle, it will actually curve the wall. It won't build it in one straight line. It curves it around me, which, I don't know, people will like that, people won't like that, but it's just worth noticing. But like I say, these are little things few and far between. They have changed quite a few things with the game. They have done some enhancements to the game to enable it to run a bit smoother. There is some updates to loading times and things like this, so it all goes a little bit better. It all works a little bit more, and it's just a little bit more enjoyable. It really is. If you can pick it up for a reasonable price, I say it's worth it. They are constantly throwing out updates. They are working towards getting it release ready, which obviously that's never a bad thing. And it's coming. Like, they are dropping updates when they can. They have a roadmap available. I will put that in the description for you so you can see what they're working towards and what they're working on. And they do alter that roadmap, obviously, but they do let the fans know what they are doing. They don't just, you know, say they're going to do something and then not do it and then not explain anything. They do it, and they move it along in the roadmap. If it's not done when they say it's going to be, if it's going to be the next time, they will let you know. They will update it, and they constantly shift things, and they tell their fans. So I've got to say, with these little tweaks and changes, like, they've done at least 4 updates to get us from version 6.2 to version 7. Is still a good game. It's still got a lot of potential to it. There's still a few bugs to it, don't get me wrong, but it is in alpha still. Don't forget that. It is still an alpha game. It is not full release. It is not even for a beta. Excuse me, it is still an alpha game. With that in mind, I'd say it's getting more enjoyable with the more updates that they bring, easily. They're looking at bringing more content for the single player as well, so you're not just kind of out there on your own, not really feeling like there's much to do. They are going to be bringing more stuff. They're going to be bringing more kind of buildings. They're going to be bringing more resources. They're going to be bringing a lot more stuff. And all I can say is it's just going to keep getting better and better and better until release, and even after release, they've still got a lot of stuff that they've turned around and said, we're not going to get everything in the game on the day of release, but we don't want to push it. They are going to release what they can and what they want to release, and they're going to keep working on the stuff that they won't get out, but they're going to keep working on it, and obviously that stuff is going to come out when it's ready, and it'll be, you know, using the good old community, we'll work it and we'll get it good, like the rest of the game, really. The community has a massive say in this game and its direction, and they do listen to everybody on the forums. They take note of everything, listen to what people are saying, and tweak to adjust. It's brilliant. All I can say is, if you can pick it up, go pick it up. If it's reasonably cheap, I'd get it. You will play it a couple of times, you'll probably put it on the back burner, but if you pay a right price, then you won't mind that. And like I say, because it's a game that's constantly being developed, you put it on a back burner for a couple of months, by the time you come back to it, there will be an update, there will be changes, and you will enjoy it. You will enjoy it, I promise you that. Astroneer is a limitation by your own creativity. It's literally like that. So if you can think about it and you know how to use a terraformer, you can build it. And everybody says if you build it, they will come. And it is a very nice game. It's something different to Minecraft. It's got a bit more to it. It's not just blocks and squares, and you've got a little bit more of ability. So I'd say right now, Astroneer version 7, I quite enjoy it. I really do. I really do enjoy it. Sorry. This is Woody AUS saying drop us those likes, drop us those subscribes, and thank you for watching, and I hope this review builds on my last review. Anyway guys, this is Woody saying bye for now, and I will see you next time. Take it easy. Bye.